Hello, BookTube. I've got a little bit of mail for you here on a bright, sunny Friday. We did indeed get a wild and woolly, windy rainstorm, but it was entirely confined to the overnight hours. By the time Frida even thought, my little dog Frida is not a morning person, by the time she even thought about getting out of bed, the storm was long over and there were blue skies. It's been depressing in only one way. Now that the front that brought that rain has moved in, the temperature has been going down all day instead of up, which is always depressing. But there's no ice on the ground, no snow on the ground, no snow in the forecast, so I'm okay. And we've got mail. We've got 3 packages, and very happily, 2 of them are boxes. So the boxes outnumber the normal packages for once, which is really great. So let's deal with the non-box first. There's no reason why the video has to be really long, right? We can do this in a short video. What is the first one here? Okay, I don't recognize this. This comes out on March the 1st. Boy, I've got a lot of stuff on March the 1st. This is the Dolores. Pretty nice cover. This is by Missouri Williams, and that is the cover. I hope they have the Courage of Their Convictions. Just keep it that way. That's a pretty neat cover. It's distinctive anyway. Missouri Williams is a writer and editor who lives in London. Her work has appeared in The Nation, The Baffler, The Believer, and 5 Dials, and this is her debut. How wonderful to get a beautifully designed debut from FSG. That is wonderful. That is good on her. So let's see what we have here. Okay, we have a huge amount of blurbs. Huge amount of blurbs, but no actual description. So we'll read from the book. In the wake of a mysterious environmental cataclysm that has wiped out the rest of humankind, the matriarch, that's with a capital M, her brother, and the family descended from their incest cling to existence on the edges of a deserted city. The matriarch, ruling with fear and force, dreams of starting humanity over again, though her children are not so certain. Together, the family scavenges supplies and attempts to cultivate the poisoned earth. For entertainment, they watch old VHS tapes of a TV show in which a problem-solving medieval saint faces down a sequence of logical and ethical dilemmas. Wonder who that could be. Fantastic. But one day, the matriarch dreams of another group of survivors and sends away one of her daughters, the legless Dolores, as a marriage offering. When Dolores returns the next day, her reappearance triggers the breakdown of the matriarch's fragile order, and the control she wields over their sprawling family begins to weaken. Told in extraordinary, intricate prose that moves with a life of its own, and at times striking with the power of physical force. Okay, neither one of those things is true. Missouri Williams' debut novel is a blazingly original document of depravity and salvation, gothic and strange, moving and disquieting, often hilarious. The Dolores stares down with narrowed eyes humanity's unbreakable commitment to life. Okay, I don't know about that last paragraph, but the setup sounds great. So, and it's March the 1st, which is right around the corner. So that's great too. Fantastic. Okay, a debut, wonderful, and kind of a post-apocalyptic debut. Those are not uncommon, but they can be really good. Then we have the 2 boxes, and the first one is heavy. So the first one is I would bet Boston cream pie that this is a finished copy. Let's see what we have here. Get all this cardboard out of the way. Oh, it is a finished copy, and it's a finished copy I really want too. This comes out on March 15th. This is by John Davis, and it is Waterloo Sunrise, London from the 60s to Thatcher. Nice, heavy thing. 600 pages. This is a panoramic and multifaceted account of London during the transformative years of the 60s and 70s, when a city still bearing the scars of war emerged as a vibrant yet divided metropolis. John Davis paints lively and colorful portraits of life in the British capital, covering topics as varied as the rise and fall of boutique fashion, Soho and the sex trade, eating out in London, cabbies and tourists, gentrification, conservation, suburbia, and the welfare state. Nothing about books and reading. Maybe they'll be in here. They're just not making it onto the pub sheet, that's all. With vivid and immersive scene setting, Davis traces how swinging London captured the world's attention in the mid-60s, discarding post-war austerity as it built a global reputation for youthful confidence and innovative music and fashion. Again, no mention of books. That thrumming in the background is either the washing machine or an approaching herd of rhinos. The author reveals how London underwent a complex evolution that reflected an underlying tension between majority affluence and minority deprivation. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Okay, the author is a fellow in modern history and politics at Queen's College at the University of Oxford. And he's written A History of Britain from 1885 to 1939, and also a book called Reforming London. Great. Right up Steve's alley. So I gladly will take this. I will gladly read it. And I'll gladly review it. So there you go. And then we have the box. The second box is much bigger, but it's also much lighter. So this is... let's see what we've got here. I do only bet there's only one book in here. I've got some more of this paper. That's great. A lot more paper for me to press and flatten. I've got an invoice that I don't want. Yeah, okay, only one book. Oh, great. Okay, I think we saw this already, but this is the physical copy. This is David Cypress's book, What's So Funny? A Cartoonist Memoir. A memoir of a New Yorker cartoonist. The author, a dreamer and obsessive drawer living in his Upper West Side family in the age of JFK and Sputnik, goes hazy when it comes to the ceaselessly imparted lessons on life from his meticulous father and angsty expectations of his migraine-prone mother. With wry and brilliantly observed prose, he paints his hapless place in the family, from the time he is tricked by his unreliable older sister into rocketing his pet turtle out his 12th-floor bedroom window, to the moment he walks away from a Harvard PhD program in Russian history to begin his life as a professional cartoonist. And I'm wondering, oh, it does. Okay, great. The thing that I was wondering is if this would be illustrated, and it is. It's got tons and tons of his signature cartoons all through it. Fantastic. Okay, great. All right, well, there you go. That is our galloping mail haul. It's just galloping in the background. That's a washing machine. And I don't like the sound of it. It sounds like it's going to break, which would be really bad if it did. So we have What's So Funny? A Cartoonist Memoir. We have Waterloo Sunrise, about Swingin London. And then we have The Dolores, which is Missouri Williams' debut novel. Good for her. Fantastic. So there you go. A nice varied mail haul, but I don't know how much you can hear me. In the background of that ominous sound. So I'm going to wrap this up and go see what's going on. I don't want anything marching across the kitchen floor. Although what I could do to stop it, I have no idea. But I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.